All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. So, we're going to talk about just everything going on in the handheld community. I don't know what you want to call it, community, the handheld sphere here. I was going to make a video yesterday about all this. Got here, got set up, realized I had a major tower outage, and ended up heading out to a tower site. Figured it would be a quick, easy day. Nope. I ended up being out there almost all day. I think I was on the tower site for like 12 hours yesterday. I was working with a new guy who made stuff very difficult and made shit take a very, very long time. And even after 12 hours on the site, we're not done. So I get to go out there again today, which I'm very excited about. I'm not going to go into specifics, but I also got a pretty decently electrocuted yesterday due to some people that don't know what the hell they're doing. So yeah, took a pretty good shock and felt like I got punched in the chest, which really kind of angers me. But I'm good. That was yesterday. I'm still kicking. There's absolutely no side effects. Side effects. There's no side effects. No, I'm kidding. No, I did get electrocuted. It did feel like I got fucking punched in the chest. It sucked. Like I said, not really gonna go into details, but I'm still pretty pissed off about it. So moving on. I'm not gonna go over that. We are going to talk about one other thing before I jump into handheld stuff. Guys, we have passed 500 subscribers. The hell is wrong with you people? You're telling me there's more than 500 people that would click that button on one of my videos. I don't edit this shit. It doesn't look good. I'm foul-mouthed. I sound angry. I had one person message me and be like, let me give you some advice. And I love that. I love getting advice from people that have never uploaded a video, have only their mother following them on here, and they want to tell me how I should be doing videos. Oh my God, come on, you're the expert. Fucking tell me. Anyway, the person was, you sound so mean. I was like, that's just my voice, jackass. This is what I sound like. But I didn't feel very welcome. I didn't feel like your video was friendly. I'm not that friendly. Welcome to the channel. Obviously, you haven't been watching. Then he also was like, you shouldn't swear so much. All you did is cuss in your video. Well, then don't watch it. Okay, little fella? This is what I do. It's how I talk. I'm not going to change that for the video. I'm responsible enough to hit that this shit isn't for kids. Anyway, you guys know how I like to rant about this type of shit, though. So, just saying. Gotta love those people that message you and try to give you pointers when they haven't even taken that shot. They're not even trying. But yet, they can tell you how you should be doing things. Love that outside opinion. So, but anybody who gets offended by my videos, please stop watching. This is not the channel for you. I just naturally cuss every day. It's what I do. How I was brought up, that's never going to change. I'm not going to censor myself, and like you guys already know, I believe it's bullshit that we decided these words are unacceptable and these words are acceptable. I can say, I could pick a word with multiple words that have the same meaning, but one of them offends your poor little ears. Yeah, never going to change that. All right, we're 4 minutes in. Let's get to it. But anyway, 500. Over 500. You guys are amazing. Absolutely unbelievable. To the 500 plus sick and twisted individuals that like my content enough to hit that button, welcome to the Legion. We are going to continue this, and nothing is changing. Maybe my videos get better quality. That's it. All right, guys. So let's jump into something that's going to be here soon. The Anbernic RG34XXSP. Excuse me, I want to clear my throat. So I went to set an alarm to pre-order this. When I did the countdown in my head, it ended up just releasing around the time I'm already up and heading to work, so I didn't have to worry about setting an alarm. But I did get it ordered. I actually ordered it 2 minutes before the pre-order timer went away. I refreshed the page and it just let me order it. So I ordered it a couple minutes early. It was great. I got shipping notification this morning. It's on the way. Okay. And I did order from the U.S. warehouse, which I figured the U.S. warehouse would sell out before this clock ran out. And here we are. So U.S. is now sold out. Now this is going to be hopefully almost everybody that got this in the country were people that actually enjoy handhelds and want to use them, and not assholes that feel like they can buy a bunch of these and then turn around and sell them for double the price, because China to U.S. shipping has been restored with Anbernic. So, we can order from them anywhere. So if you bought a bunch of these to jack up the price, that sucks for you. So more companies should be vigilant about that. I am not against resellers to a degree. I have a sell page. I have resold many things. When it comes to handhelds, I am not the type to buy a $60 handheld and try and sell it to you for $120. That is not okay. Most of the time, if I sell something, I try to get what I already had in it out of it, which generally doesn't work. I normally get about 80% back on something. And I don't just sell like hand. I sell all kinds of shit. Yeah, so never against getting your money back out of a handheld. If you have a handheld you don't use and it's collecting dust, let somebody else enjoy it. Unless you're a collector. If you're a collector, like I have a bunch of handhelds I'll never get rid of because I love them, that's awesome. Keep them. But, pull out the older ones once in a while. Show them some love. All right. So I ordered the 16-bit, or the gray, I guess. Sorry. Everybody remarks about how ridiculously close this is to the Miu Flip. Yeah, it is. So I can tell you off the bat, I'm probably not going to like the sticks. Okay? I'm probably not going to like the sticks. Now, that being said, that's only because I didn't like the little Miu Flip sticks. They are Vita style, and I've never been a fan of those sticks. So, yeah, not going to like that. But my excitement is the fact that it has the screen from this guy in it. Okay? I love the screen on this device. I play on this device all the time. You already know my take on the green meanie here. I didn't think it was going to be that good. Actually, in my early videos when I was looking at images of this, I was talking mad shit. And then when I got it, yeah, I ate those words. I love this thing. Okay, this is a great device. It's not the best XX device. That would be the Cube XX currently. But you want something like this, you like that Game Boy Advance thing, this is great. And this has a wonderful screen. So if you're not into the 1-to-1 ratio like the Cube XX at 720 by 720 screen, and you're a big fan of GBA, and I'm going to keep saying this because a lot of people don't cover this when it comes to these devices, and it's going to be a major thing I cover. Super Nintendo is amazing on this device. Okay, this screen right here is not only perfect for GBA, but for some reason Super Nintendo just is amazing on here. All right, it's colors are saturated, it's clear, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's glistening and shining and dipped in butter. And anyway, all right, so I'm excited to get that. We already know the specs. It's an XX device. Okay, so it's gonna have the H700 in it. We do get 2 gigs DDR4, and you know what, that makes me really curious. Okay, you do get double the RAM. See, I thought that was different. Dual core, let's see, G31, yep. 720 by 480, 3.4 inch, yep, that's normal. Okay, yep, cool stuff. Yep, look at them letter words right there. Yep, they got stuff, they say things. Okay, so yeah, double the RAM on the Flip. So that'll be interesting. You're really only going to care about that if you're getting into PSP, I guess. And okay, Saturn and Dreamcast people, yeah, I know it'll help with that. Sorry, you guys know I don't think that way. Saturn and Dreamcast still are not on my radar, so I tend to ignore those. I apologize, but yeah, Saturn, Dreamcast, whatever, and PSP, that double RAM will probably help. And this screen will not be awful for PSP. Any screen that's a little wider than it is, tall, is going to be better for PSP, because that's a 16 by 9 is what you want that for, and this 3.4 won't be bad. All right, so that's ordered. Shipping confirmation, it's on the way. Let's jump around here a little bit. I was gonna go, oh my, is all of this, almost all of this is flip stuff. Ioneo showing off the Flip 1S. Now, if you guys have seen my videos, my favorite handheld from last year is in fact my Ioneo Flip DS. I love that thing. I'm having issues with it right now. I haven't said it on the channel. Went home one night, broke out the Flip DS to relax, kick back, and I don't know, play some Division 2 or Persona 5 or something. Hit the power button on it. Fan kicks on. No screen. No top screen, no bottom screen. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I've had it way too long for them to cover anything warranty-wise. I've had it like a year, so they're not going to do anything about it. No point in even contacting them. It is my most badass handheld I have, and right now it has one foot in the grave, and it's really angering me because I absolutely love that thing. So buyer beware. This is becoming a trend with Ioneo devices overheating, thermal issues, and the like. So, and these are expensive devices to have these problems, guys. This thing's probably going to come in around $2K. Chances are they've already said the price. I haven't closely followed the Flip 1S, so for anybody that's going to jump in there and go, it's not $2K, it's only $1,998. Yeah, shut up, okay? If it's above $1,500, let's just round up, but I don't know where it lands. There's going to be SKUs all over the place, and I'm sure they're going to do some dumbass retro power color that's $1,000 higher, and you know how they do. So here's more on it, and of course there's not much info on it, so all these people that have websites that do this shit, all they do is backpedal and talk about all the last device releases and what's in them and all the competition out there. And then it's like 2 fucking sentences about what they know about this device. But they have to rush these articles out so you'll see it on their page first. But they don't know shit about it. They're just reposting this bullshit. Which, I mean, it's essentially what I'm doing, right? I'm taking fucking video of their website and talking about what they're talking about. And they're talking about what others are talking about. Anyway, Flip 1S. I'll talk about it more as it gets closer and as I know more. Like I said, they'll probably do a black one, a white one, and some special color that's wildly overpriced. The device will come out. Everybody will make videos talking about how it's the best thing in the world. And then no one's going to talk about the thermal issues later that kill the device. And anbernic here. Starting to trend towards high-powered space heaters here, guys. I mean, this is essentially the last couple devices have been high-powered or very expensive heating pads. Sorry, I couldn't get that out right. I kept saying high-powered. Anyway, very expensive heating pads is what they end up being, and it sucks. Hopefully, I can get my Flip DS running again because I do love the device. It's amazing. Just they fell short. All right. This one is special to me. It's pissing me off. Sorry, my stand with the battery issues, you notice how half the time, see, it's going to tilt again. It's tilting right now. Thank you. Fucking, okay, this stand, stop tilting, jackass. All right, I guess I'm going to have to hold it. I don't know. I'm going to keep a hand on it. Sorry. This thing is, yep, see, as soon as I let go, it starts to tilt. Knock that shit off. All right. This one's a little special for me. Stop trying to tilt. Sorry, I'm holding it. All right, the RG slide. Now, if you've been with my channel from the beginning, I have talked about asking Anbernic to build a slide. I was in a live chat with them for one of their handheld releases, and somebody from Anbernic was talking, and I bombarded the guy with, are you not going to do a slide? Can somebody do a budget-friendly PSP Go 16:9 screen? Do a slide. And I kept messaging him like, you have all these other XX devices. You have a Flip, or you have one that looks like an SP, one that looks like an Advance, a bunch that look like Game Boys. Why are you not doing the slide? You know, if anybody can do it, Anbernic can. The mechanics of things like hinges, they just knock that shit out the park. It's no worry. So I had talked to somebody at Anbernic. This was last year. And even before that, I emailed Anbernic through their website. And they had this contest where you tell them a story about retro handhelds and they give you, most voted story gets a certain coupon or whatever. I don't know. I got third place. It was pretty cool. I never used the coupon because even in-country shipping on their website is too expensive, and I can go to a third-party site, use a coupon code, and get it cheaper. So I never used the prize they gave me. Anyway, but I ended up talking to somebody over at Anbernic, and I once again immediately laid out simple specs for an RG slide. Even if this gets the H700, and this is the RG 169XX slide. Big dumb name, right? Which would make it a 16:9 H700 chipset. Make an affordable slide, Anbernic. That's what I kept asking them. Now we're starting to see images of an Anbernic slide show up. You will never see anything with this channel attached to this. Okay? Even though I have, like I said, bombarded them with emails and live chats and support chats, and no one would dare say the Retro Legion had been saying this. Of course not. I'm a nobody. Why would they ever give credit? They'll probably say like Taki developed this or some shit, which is cool. Whatever. I like Taki, so. Anyway, the renders do look kind of like bullshit. This box looks stupid. This looks closer to that MCON controller. So really, this looks like a magnetic controller for your phone. Essentially, that's what it is. I mean, this looks like a phone attached to it. It looks like somebody went into fucking Windows 98 Paint and wrote Anbernic on it right there. But we'll see. Hopefully this comes out. I don't give a shit, what's being said about it, how it got into development, honestly. I just want one. I'm going to get one in like black and red, like black shell, red buttons. Black shell, green, like darker green buttons, or maybe even a neon green. I don't know, not neon, not like bright, but not like super dark. Like, give me a nice fucking two-tone handheld, man. I would love the ever-living shit out of this slide. If they release this, you bet your ass I am on the pre-order. I will be excited about that. So, and hopefully it's budget, you know what I mean? They can keep like the 557 and all that stuff on the high end. Make the slide a budget. Don't go crazy. Don't go stuffing a fucking, Snapdragon in it and making it a $200 thing. We don't need that. We want the budget version, guys. Okay? Because we're going to play PSP on it. So just make the budget one. Don't go stupid with the power. Okay? All right. So we're going to talk about the V90S. This right here is the original V90. And yes, this, if you don't know, this predates the 35XX SP. This predates the Funkey S. This predates all of them. Powkiddy did an SP device long before any of these other companies, with the exception of, fuck Tendo. They had this out and going long before. Okay? It's always been a really cheap handheld. I gave it away a few years ago for Christmas to somebody. $39.99. Like, literally, I picked it up for like $40. Gave it away for Christmas to a family member. And let me tell you, this version of it, the plastic was super cheap. This is when Powkitty's quality wasn't as good. All right. Now, remember, I said long time ago, okay? I said that. So I'm not saying their quality is shit right now. I'm saying the quality of this handheld, when it released back in 1743, okay? When the wagons would pull up and give you your Amazon packages, this handheld, the plastic was really horrifically cheap filling. Feels a lot like the GKD bubble, like that Play School kids toy plastic. It's more hollow than the Retroid Pocket Classic. The buttons are cheap filling. There's not a lot of travel. Like, it really bugs you to hit them. They're noisy and shitty filling. The triggers on the back, you can't really tell if you're pressing them. It sucks. The screen was kind of trash. But when this released, I bet this was amazing. I wasn't even in the handheld game when this released. Okay? But during the whole flip craze, I kept thinking to myself, does nobody remember that Powkitty already did a V90 and had a flip? Because back when, like, before the SP released, and when me first started talking about a flip, everybody was like, we're finally getting a SP-style retro handheld. Oh, my God. What? We've had one. Okay. Well, now let's jump over to the new one. We're already at pre-sale, because that's how Powkitty does it. Okay. You get wind of something from Powkitty, they're like, we're going to make this handheld. And you're like, when's it going to come out? And they're like, yesterday. So that's just Powkitty for you. Now there's some design changes there. You see the bottom here, got the grill all across, all these little things. The speaker was just terrible. Over here, you get this little cool design. I don't understand this, like, spot for a sticker. I don't know. It's not as bad as a design choice as Retroid's recent ones, with everything being off-center and random dumbass lines everywhere and a fucking little sonar symbol on the top of a flip device. So dumb. So I'm not against this design choice. I could only imagine the plastic would be at least equal to, like, the RGB 30 or the 20SX, you know, the vertical 720 by 720 handheld. If the plastic is on par with that, which I don't see why it wouldn't be, this will be a little home run for them. Okay, this is a little moneymaker for them. And we've talked about it before. Powkitty doesn't do a lot of innovating. They're not on the front line. Powkitty is the guy in the corner that says, I'll do it too. They're the #MeToo of handhelds. You know what I mean? They're Anbernic's like, let's do a flip. And Powkitty's like, yeah, me too. Why not? So, but for a cheap version, I mean, you can't hate. This could potentially be good. I can say we already have one pre-ordered for the channel. My sponsor already has one in the works. So we will be getting one of these to check out. I wish they would have done the transparent blue from the RGB 20SX with the white board in it. That would have been just cool as shit. I probably would have been all over that. You know what I mean? That see-through blue, just like this color, with the white board, just like on my 20SX. That shit would have been awesome. But no one's ever happy. Somebody out there is always going to be like, you should have done this. So, yeah, do what you do, Powkitty. Let's see what we got for specs, guys. All-winner A133. Sorry, my left hand's getting tired of holding the phone up. All-winner A133. So, we are on par with the Trim UI brick. This will be on par with the Trim UI brick, the Trim UI Smart Pro. We do only get 1 gig of DDR3 RAM. So, I don't know. Take that as you will. These are not meant to play like PS2 and shit, so if you use it for what it's intended for, performance will be just fine with that 1 gig of RAM, guys. So don't hate on that, all right? 640 by 480, so standard screen stuff, standard function across the board, up to 256 gig card. Yeah, whatever, 3.5 inch. So your cheap alternative to the 3.5 XXSP. No sticks, 3.5 inch screen. Oh, here we go. Yep, 1 gig DDR3. USB-C. Thank God you guys didn't decide to go fall back on like micro USB. Expected 6 hours battery life. Maximum power 5 watt. Not bad, Pal Kitty. We'll see how it turns out. I'm not a hater of Pal Kitty. I'm not a super fan or nothing, but I don't know. They get an unbiased review. You guys already know that I am slightly biased towards things like Anbernic because they've never done me wrong, and I got love for that company. So yeah. Also, this has a $5 discount in order to give back to our customers for the support of Pal Kitty. We are selling it from $44.99 with a discount of $5, which means it's $39.99. Please note the discount code is V90S good. V90 is good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Don't give me shit about any voices I do. Okay, I don't care. You already know I don't. All right, last but not least, MIUI Mini Flip, or MIUI Flip Mini. Or if you look at the old little website and all the little articles from the original MIUI Mini or MIUI Flip, this is Little Philip. Okay? As MIUI thought it was really cute to flip the L and the I when they were releasing the regular Flip. So if you look at a lot of old articles, it actually said MIUI Philip. And if you look at my video for it, I even have that in quotations there where it says Philip. So this is Philip. This is Philip's brother, Philip. Anyway, so MIUI's talking about already doing a MIUI Mini Flip or MIUI Flip Mini. Why? You guys haven't fixed your hinge problem. You're ignoring everybody that does have a hinge problem. You're not addressing it, and if you are, you're giving everybody the runaround. People are contacting you, sending you videos of their hinge breaking, and you are replying with brand new out-the-box MIUI flips showing customers that the one you're holding works fine. Well, of course it does. You're not using it. So we're going to ignore all the consumers, all of our customers that have bought these pieces of shit, who know the hinge sucks, and every time they open it, they have to fear hearing that thing sound like a bag of fucking gravel. And we're going to rush out another flip that looks closer to the Funky S than anything. Should be the size of the regular MIUI Mini, not the MIUI Mini Plus, so like the MIUI Mini V4. You know what? And the sad part is, if they would just address the hinge problem, fix the hinge problem, and I don't care what people say, they can stop and take their time to fix the hinge problem and actually test it. Their quality control on this one is shit. They should not be doing things with hinges, okay? MIUI, you fucked up the whole scheme. Normally, every other MIUI device was good. You guys are going downhill. You're going to stack up bad ones now. So, losing faith in MIUI, when they release this, I don't know if I can go for it. Will I, for the channel's sake, to save you from having to go through the bullshit of buying something like this and finding out it's shit? Yeah. I would probably pick one up for that. The hinge is probably going to break, everyone. MIUI cannot do hinges. Pal Kitty's been doing hinges for the last decade. MIUI can't do a hinge now. And Anbernic absolutely knocked their hinge out the park. And guess what, Retroid? I didn't forget about your original Retroid Pocket Flip where you couldn't do a hinge right. So, I guess in this, in this regard, Pal Kitty and Anbernic killing it on the hinge game. Because when I was looking at the V90S, I didn't even think to myself, what about the hinge? What if the hinge is bad? I already know Pal Kitty did a hinge for the V90 and it worked fine. I mean, no device is going to go out into the world with 0% failure. Even the 35XX SP, somebody's SP, their hinge broke. Okay? Sorry if you were the unlucky one. But you don't get away with 100% success. No one will. You know, most people don't review unless they're angry, type of thing. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. Once again, thank you. 500 plus, guys. I didn't think my channel would get this far. I knew I'd still be making content at this point in time. I just thought I'd be right around about 10 people, not 500. And that's mainly because of my attitude, the way I talk and all that. I'm not changing that. That's me. So if you're here for that, if you're here for the long run, if you like that, which I know a lot of you, I get a lot more, you know, thanks for being true, thanks for being unfiltered and not sugarcoating shit for us. That's, you found it. This is the channel. So, all right, guys, we're going to have to get this one wrapped up because I got to get my ass in gear. I got work to do. So recap, 34XX SP is on the way. V90S has been pre-ordered. I got more shit from last week that I ordered that should be showing up any day for us to do stuff on. And real quick, I just noticed something. This was the Miyu flip I referenced in another video talking about if they still had that black and green Miyu flip. This image, this, I wanted that. That's what I wanted, that green right there. I wanted that. They fucked it up. Anyway, I'm gonna let my camera hang again. I'm arms tired. All right. So yeah, hopefully today some shit shows up. If not, you guys know, we'll kick it and play some damn games. That's what the channel's about, right? So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.